Hi, this is Mike again with Great Rock Real Estate. Thanks for joining me again. This is the, the third now? Yeah, the third in the series of 5 short videos on talking about how to value commercial real estate using the income method. There is actually a 6th, which kind of puts all 5 of them together in a slightly longer video. It's about 20 minutes long total, but it really goes down into depth, drills down, and expands on a lot of the stuff that I've talked about in the smaller 5. There's a 7th as well that you should check out, and that is actually analyzing the deal. So today, or right now in this video, let's talk about a T12. A lot of people, you say, I need a T12 from the seller, and they go, huh, what's that? T12 is simply the trailing 12 months of expenses. And this is critical. This is critical to generating your NOI. Because if you don't know what the true expenses are, you can't generate a true NOI, a true snapshot of what the property is currently operating as. Now, if they have a property management company, much easier. Generally, they can just generate a report. Generate a report for you, fairly simple, straightforward, and hopefully pretty accurate. Bookkeeping means different things to different people, so sometimes if they are self-managing, the T12 may not be as good. You may need to dig deeper and look into utility bills, perhaps an income tax return, things of that nature, probably stuff you really would rather not go there, but you're going to need to. You need to go there because you need a decent T12 to see what the property is really doing. So also rent roll. Whenever we ask, we're starting to do due diligence on a property, we ask for 2 things, T12 and a rent roll. Rent roll is critical as well. Super important because good rent roll can make the difference between a property that's actually worth something and one that's not, especially in the larger commercial. If you have a, let's just say, an office building full of bad leases or no leases, and it's $1 million property, and all of a sudden the tenants are all gone in 30 days, you're holding the bag on $1 million property. So rent roll is critical, and some of the things that it needs to include, it needs to be a quality rent roll, hopefully in a spreadsheet, so the lease, you don't actually need to see the lease yet. You can worry about seeing the leases later on in the due diligence process, but you at least need to see the start of their occupation and the end date on the lease. Maybe it's month to month, maybe it's a 1-year lease, whatever, but the start and the end date, how much they're paying in rent, so you know if they're at market, below, above market, doubt it, and deposit. Deposit is important too, because if somebody just loaded up a bunch of tenants into a building just to get occupancy up, to make it look better to sell, then they may not have collected deposits from them, and that'll be a red flag that they probably are not qualified tenants. So you want to have a look at the deposits. Now, if you're seeing, a few of them, because let's be honest, sometimes you do need to put some people in there, get them paying their rent, and get the NOI up, and that helps the resale, which is fine. If you're a seller, you just need to be honest about it, and you need to have a good tenant selection criteria. And if you can prove that you've got a good tenant selection criteria, and you've got good deposits from them because they actually are qualified tenants, then it's a whole lot easier to take, that there's a couple or a few new tenants. It won't matter that much if they're qualified and they had the money to put down. So they're in all likelihood going to end up being good tenants. So just a couple of things that certainly go into the NOI that we talked about last. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Until then, see you soon.